down to do your gardening isn't necessarily the best way to go. This is called Vegtrug. It's an amazing raised up garden that will work virtually anywhere. We've got it on the air at $62.96. First time ever that it's been on Easy Pay with 4 Easy Pay payments. And it's a brand new item this season. I get to introduce you to one of those friends, Chris Peterson.
Hey, Dan, good morning. Good morning.
This is a brilliant idea that has finally come of age.
It is, and it's from a lovely company in the UK. And what they are, they're leaders in raised gardening beds. They sort of started this trend, and I love the trend because I'm starting to get a little bit older.
Getting down isn't the problem. Getting back up, that's the problem.
Exactly. But what I love about it, too, is you don't need a lot of space to do your gardening, whether it's florals, whether it's veggie gardens. You need just a tiny little space, or if you have a lot of space, you can line up a whole pile of them all. Imagine all these around your deck, or around your patio, on your balcony.
We've got all kinds of plants, and we've got all kinds of colors.
That's right.
We've got purple.
Purple's awesome. Purple's probably my favorite. The purple is the most limited, and there's literally a dozen in the purple. The next most limited, well, we'll get to the red all the way down at the end, but we've got green. This is a beautiful, like Granny Smith green.
Right.
Then we've got black. Classic black. I mean, black goes with anything.
Actually just kind of disappears.
It is, but it's so elegant on a patio or a fence, whether it's a white, one of those new white vinyl fences. And then red, you can never go wrong with red.
And we have less than 100 in the red. So my first thought for me is my herb garden that I do every single year.
Yeah, right.
Every evening in the summer, I'm on my hands and knees.
I know.
With a little pair of, you got
to put on your boots, go way out to your garden bed.
And now this could go right on the back deck.
Yeah.
This is a steel powder-coated frame.
It's a steel powder-coated frame. This is a felt material. It's got a liner for a reason. One, we want air circulation.
Yep.
2, we want automatic drainage, so it just drains gently. And 3, we want it to be super lightweight. So this here is 5 pounds. So off-season storage, anybody can take that. It's not a big, heavy plant.
It holds like 60 pounds of dirt and plants and everything else.
It does, but even with it full,
it's still portable.
It's still portable. So if I need to chase the sun, I can chase the sun.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, these are very, very sturdy. But that's what I love about it. It's just that flexibility of where do I want to put this?
Right.
And I don't need a lot of space, even though it's a large planter. I mean, this is a full 2 feet wide. And you notice too, Dan, how deep this is.
Yes.
So if I've got very deep-rooted plants, if I want to put tomatoes or potatoes or peppers along the middle, put them down the middle, then I put my herbs all along the end. They don't need a lot of depth. So
Agreed.
Here's a sample
here's a perfect, this is your vegetable garden on a deck.
On a deck. But this has a lot of stuff. This has got, I mean, you have fun with it. This is jalapeno peppers.
Yep.
So me, I like a little spice, a little rosemary. You don't need a lot of lettuce. If it's just 2 of you, you don't need a lot of lettuce. You can even do tomatoes in here. But what I love is just picking your own fresh herbs. Every night when it's time to cook, you pick off what you need.
When you snap you can smell the rosemary.
You smell that, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
But what I love is
as fresh as you can get.
It's as fresh as you can get. But when I'm looking after my plants, I take a little sort of organic fertilizer. So I'm not putting any bad stuff on there.
When you've got things elevated, here's kind of a rule of nature. Snails don't climb well.
No.
Okay?
No, that's right.
So you don't get snails.
Yep.
You don't get, the bunny rabbits get
little rabbits, exactly.
A lot of the pests that we normally have to deal with regular gardening just are negated by elevating your garden. Not to mention, it's a whole heck of a lot easier to be able to garden standing fully upright.
You go out in your little slippers, your robe.
Yeah.
It's right there on your deck. It's your seat. I mean, maybe a high rise, maybe put something a little. But that's what I love. It's so convenient, and that's what Vegtrug is all about. It's convenience of gardening, and it beautifies the property. I mean, this is why we started with the poppy, just because I love that splash of color.
Right. And that is, so it all started with poppy flowers. Now, by the way, people are asking about drainage. This material is brilliant for gardening. It looks very similar to the weed block that we know that we would put down in yards.
That's right.
You pour water directly into it to water your plants. It retains water.
Yes.
But it retains only what the plant needs. So if you water too much, it will actually filter through the felt bottom.
Exactly.
And fall to the ground.
That's why they designed it like that. They want to breathability.
Because overwatering is almost worse than not watering at all.
You don't want root rot, and I don't want to have to drill holes in the bottom of my planter, so it doesn't. But on a big rainstorm, it'll just gently wash out the bottom. Then when it's off season, I mean, this is a felt material. You can just hose that down. and clean it off in the fall, and then next spring you just bring that back out.
That's a good idea. By the way, the purple is sold out. So, Chris, that's going to be gone for this season. The red is the next one to go, and there's fewer than, how many? Fewer than 50 of the red in our inventory.
I mean, red is...
whatever it is that you love to grow,
yes,
whether it be your flowers, this is cool.
This is nice. Well, this is the little Roberta's here.
Yes.
Again, it can be just a sample of greenery. That's the flexibility of it. So if you have a favorite flower, you mix and match your flowers to the color. With this, I just sort of did some reds and whites, but look how nice that shows off with the black. It just pops. But then the little veggie garden, Vegtrug again they're a leader in kind of the grow your own trend. I mean, we're kind of going back to the way we used to be years ago. Remember when my parents used to sort of have a little, plot of, space, but that's when we had big yards.
Chris, when I grew up, if we'll go back 100 years ago, 10% of American population lived on farms.
Right.
Now it's less than 1%, and there's more bellies to feed than ever before. If you grow food in your backyard, and you get such respect for where it all comes from.
You do, and imagine your kids sort of getting excited about their veggies and seeing them grow. And that's, if you're a grandma or grandpa, get your grandkids into this. You'll never regret getting them into growing your own.
Vertical gardening is the hottest trend in gardening right now. The idea of being able to garden without bending down, brilliant idea. That red is on its way, brand new this season, first time ever on 4 easy pay payments. Chris, thank you.
Dan, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Coming up, the Weed Zinger. That's actually, it's a great little item. I'm getting good at this thing. This is competitive weeding. What you do is you just put it right through the center, step on it, and it clamps around the root system of your dandelions. I am right now at war with dandelions. I love my neighbors, but my neighbor doesn't do any weed killing at all. So I get all of them. And I can walk around my yard and pop them. I'll just put look, watch this. Little bucket, and you zip it in there. It's like playing basketball with weeds. I like it. Talk about that coming up. This is a product that has come of age. Hanging baskets and coconut mats, they've been around forever.